Welcome Vault Hunters to the third video in my Borderlands The Story So Far series, which is designed to get you ready and caught up in time for Borderlands 3, set for release on the 13th of September. If you haven't checked out my two previous videos, be sure to do that. I'll put a link in the video. Let's get to it, shall we? Here is Borderlands 2, The Story So Far. Set 5 years after the events of the original Borderlands, Handsome Jack, the game's main antagonist, has taken over the Hyperion Corporation and declared himself dictator of Pandora and taken all of the credit for finding the vault, going so far as to claim responsibility for killing the destroyer. The new group of Vault Hunters in Borderlands 2 are tasked with killing Jack and returning peace to Pandora. So let's meet our four new Vault Hunters. First, we have Axton, a commando who wields a deadly turret, a bit like Roland in Borderlands 1. Axton is originally from Hier Anonymous and spent 10 years with the Dahl military, reaching the rank of sergeant. Gaining a reputation for pursuing his own personal glory and disobeying orders, his wife and commanding officer at the time, Sarah, both divorced and discharged him from duty. To avoid a firing squad, Axton was forced to flee to a bordering planet where he used his skills to become a bounty hunter, but he soon found the work too easy. It was the law of fame, fortune and challenging combat that drew Axton to Pandora after Jack arranged for him to hear a none-too-subtle radio commercial for Vault Hunters. Next, we have Zero, an assassin who uses an ability called Deception, which grants him the ability to deploy a holographic decoy of himself and enter an invisible stealth mode to deal increased damage. Zero is an assassin for hire, who according to his wanted poster and echo recordings, performs both political assassinations and common hits. He travelled to Pandora looking for a more challenging environment and hears of the vault from a bartender, deeming the hunt for the vault worthy of his skills and time. Zero's face and body are completely covered by his suit, and there is much mystery surrounding his past and true identity, some even speculating that he may not be entirely human. Thirdly, we have Salvador, a gunzerker. His ability allows him to dual wield any two weapons for a limited time. Aged 36, Salvador is a local born and raised on Pandora. He is the shortest of the Vault Hunters, standing at only 5 foot 4 inches, and his stunted growth is due mostly to heavy steroid use throughout his life. Salvador has a reputation for liking violence, especially against bandits. He was actually about to be executed by the people of his hometown, or Vejas, for his violent actions, when a Hyperion strike team arrived to seize the town. After destroying the invaders, he became interested in the new vault, upon hearing of its dangers while interrogating the last survivor of the strike team, and then leaving him to crawl back to Hyperion on a single arm, because he had ripped off his other arm and broken both his legs. Salvador is pretty brutal and loves to fight, a bit like Brick, I suppose. Finally, we have Maya, our siren. Maya has a special ability called Phase Lock, in which she can suspend an enemy in another dimension, locking them in a sort of stasis, which can be upgraded to provide various damaging effects, and is great for crowd control. As an infant, Maya was identified as a siren and given to the Order of the Impending Storm, the ruling order of monks on her homeworld of Athenas. She trained her siren powers in secret until she reached adulthood, when the monks revealed her to the public as their goddess and savior. Maya became irritated by the Order's short leash and longed for adventure. She even expressed an interest in traveling to Pandora to learn more about her siren lineage, but was denied. Eventually, Maya realized that the Order was simply using her as a threat to extort money and obedience from the people of Athenas. After phase-locking and executing her handler, Brother Sophus, she headed to Pandora to finally satisfy her curiosity about sirens and seek adventure. Like every Borderlands game before it, Borderlands 2 opens with a short cinematic video in which our narrator, Marcus Kincaid, sets the scene before the beginning of the game. So, let's hear what he has to say.
So, you want to hear another story, huh? One where the very fate of Pandora hangs in the balance. If not, too bad, I'm telling you anyway. First, there was the vault, an alien prison opened with a mystical key. To the warriors who opened it, the vault was just a container of tentacles and disappointment. They vanished into the wastelands, certain that the vault held no treasure at all. They were wrong. The vault's opening triggered the growth of iridium, a priceless alien element. Soon, the rare and valuable mineral emerged all across Pandora. Its appearance attracted many, including the Hyperion Corporation. They came to Pandora to mine iridium and bring order to the savage planet. Through their excavations, Hyperion uncovered evidence of an even greater vault. Their leader vowed to find it, to use its power to civilize the Borderlands, once and for all. But Hyperion weren't the only ones searching for the next vault's alien power. The call of danger and loot is not so easily resisted. Certain warriors came to Pandora in droves to uncover its hidden secrets. Some would call them adventurers. Others call them fools. But I call them vault hunters. Our story begins with them, and with a man named Handsome Jack.
At the beginning of the game, our 4 Vault Hunters are on board a Hyperion train heading for some unknown destination. The train turns out to be a trap set by Handsome Jack to kill all who would search for the vaults. The Vault Hunters defend themselves long enough to reach a train car filled with explosives and a dummy Handsome Jack lookalike. The detonation causes the train to crash into the Arctic wasteland. The game picks up with the Vault Hunters waking up to Claptrap digging through the remains. As Claptrap rejoices at finding the Vault Hunters alive, certain that they will help him to leave the wastelands, a familiar guardian angel appears before our Vault Hunters, stating that Pandora needs a hero, that they are that hero, and that she is there to help them. They follow Claptrap, who according to Angel can lead them to Sanctuary, the last bastion of resistance against Handsome Jack and the only place they will be safe. While following Claptrap, the Vault Hunters learn that the land is home to huge creatures called Bullymongs, who attack the party, stealing Claptrap's eye and running off. As they chase the creatures and kill the strongest of them, called Knuckle Dragger, recovering Claptrap's eye, the robot leads them to Liarsburg, where a friend lives that can help. Along the way, we learn that the glacier is ruled by a bandit called Captain Flint, and that Jack, furious that the Vault Hunters survived his trap, has put a bounty on their heads. It seems that Flint was determined to collect the bounty, sending his bandits to attack the town. Claptrap's friend, Sir Hammerlock, a gentleman and big game hunter who had come to the Arctic wastelands to study Bullymongs, opens the gate to the town and helps you in fighting off Captain Flint's bandits before repairing Claptrap's eye. Now fully repaired, Claptrap leads you to Captain Flint's stronghold, stating that Flint had stolen his ship, which the Vault Hunters would need to get to Sanctuary. Fighting their way through the stronghold, taking down Flint's 2 first mates, Boom and Bume, along the way, the Vault Hunters finally face off against Captain Flint, eventually killing the arson-loving bandit leader. Now with Claptrap's ship freed, they head for Sanctuary. Angel appears to the Vault Hunters, telling them to find Roland, who will want to meet the heroes who stood up to Handsome Jack and survived. Upon arriving at Sanctuary, they learn that Roland is not there. He comes over the comm, recruiting the Vault Hunters' help. He states that he is away on a secret reconnaissance mission and urges them to find Corporal Reyes, who has stolen a power core from the Bloodshot bandits needed to power the shield generator necessary to protect Sanctuary from Handsome Jack's attacks. Finding the power core, but too late to save Corporal Reyes, the hunters return to Sanctuary and deliver the core, earning the trust of the Crimson Raiders and the people of Sanctuary. Sadly, Roland has not returned from his mission and has gone missing. Speaking to Scooter, Sanctuary's mechanic and technical whiz, he attempts to implement Roland's plan B, which is to make Sanctuary into a flying fortress, but this doesn't exactly work out. The Vault Hunters then explore Roland's command center, hoping to find a message from the leader and a clue as to his possible whereabouts. What they do find is a message from the sinister-sounding Firehawk, a bandit who orders them to come to Frostburn Canyon or people will die. Suspecting Roland has been captured by the Firehawk, they rush to Frostburn Canyon to rescue him, fighting their way through the Bloodshot bandits who are attacking the Firehawk stronghold before learning that the Firehawk is actually Lilith, who was hiding from Jack under a different name. Fighting alongside Lilith, they soon make quick work of the Bloodshot gang. Lilith appears wiped out after the fight, having used her powers extensively, and points the hunters to some iridium, which seems to replenish and strengthen her powers. Regrouping in Sanctuary, the hunters discuss their next move. It turns out that Roland was on a secret mission to get intel on the vault and to learn what Jack plans to do with it. While on this mission, he was captured by the Bloodshot gang, led by the brilliantly named Flanksteak, who plans to sell Roland to Hyperion, who desperately want the ex-Vault Hunter and the current commander of the Crimson Raiders. Without Roland's planning and cunning, the Resistance will most definitely crumble. Needing to find a way into their heavily guarded stronghold, Scooter points the Vault Hunters in the direction of his sister Ellie, who runs her own garage in the Wastelands. Scavenging parts from the local bandit patrols, she uses these to digistruct a Bloodshot truck, which the hunters use to then gain access to the dam and then kill all the bandits there, including a badass by the name of Bad Moore. Lowering the drawbridge and infiltrating the Bloodshot stronghold, the Vault Hunters make their way throughout the base. Lilith comes over the comm, frustrated at Roland's recklessness. It turns out that the couple have broken up, but it is clear that she still cares deeply for him, and she urges you to hurry, stating that Hyperion want Roland badly and will undoubtedly appear soon to collect him. After finding his cell, Roland greets the Vault Hunters just as Hyperion attack the prison, blowing a hole in the wall and sending in loader bots to subdue him. Roland, demonstrating that he still got it, single-handedly fights off two of them before being captured by a constructor bot and dragged away. The Vault Hunters manage to chase down the constructor bots, repel the Hyperion attack, and succeed in freeing Roland. Roland reveals the intel he gained on his mission. Apparently, Jack was not planning to just open the vault, but to control it. An ancient Iridium warrior capable of destroying all life on the planet is trapped inside, and Jack plans to awaken the warrior and use it to destroy Sanctuary and burn all of Pandora. Although Jack had obtained the vault's key from Tanis, it needed to be charged, and to do that required lots of iridium, which explained why Hyperion had increased the intensity of its mining operations. Now determined more than ever to stop Jack, Roland points the Vault Hunters in the direction of the Tundra Express, where he has a spy posted who may be able to help pinpoint the vault key's location. Arriving in the Tundra, we learn that Roland's spy is in fact Mordecai, who is accompanied as always by his beloved Bloodwing. Mordecai reveals that his intel suggests the vault key is on a Hyperion train, speeding through the Tundra Express. Needing some way to hijack the train, Roland directs you to a nearby friend by the name of Tiny Tina, a 13-year-old demolitions expert with a warped but hilarious sense of humor. She gives the Vault Hunters two bunny-shaped rockets, or her badonkadonks as she lovingly calls them, which they use to destroy a bridge, causing the train to crash. Before the hunters can explore the train, they realize that they have been led into a trap and are ambushed by one of Jack's strongest soldiers, Wilhelm. You may recognize the name. This is the same Wilhelm who was one of the Vault Hunters in the pre-sequel. Wilhelm chose to stay with Jack at the end of the events of that game, siding with Hyperion as Jack promised to fulfill his dream of becoming fully robotic. His appearance now shows he certainly got that wish, and there is very little to no humanity left in him. As Wilhelm attacks the Vault Hunters, Lilith and Roland urge them to flee, stating that Wilhelm is too strong and wipe the floor with them back at New Haven, but Angel insists that they stay and fight, encouraging them that they can beat him. Managing to defeat Wilhelm after a difficult fight, the Vault Hunters recover an unusual looking power core, which can be used to power Sanctuary shields indefinitely. Returning to Sanctuary and replacing the old power core with the new Hyperion one, something goes very wrong, and Jack gloats over the comms that Angel had been working for him all along. Replacing the core had allowed her to access Sanctuary's defense systems and lower the shields. The Hyperion space station opens fire on Sanctuary, bombarding it from space. Sanctuary seems doomed. Never one to give up though, Lilith shouts orders over the comm, ordering Scooter to get Sanctuary in the air and directing the Vault Hunters to get her some Iridium. Powered up by the Iridium, and in a move that shows just how powerful and awesome she is, Lilith teleports the Vault Hunters to safety, and with Scooter's tech and her powers, manages to lift Sanctuary into the air. Jack taunts Lilith and Roland, mocking their flying city and demanding to know,
"What did you dumps possibly have that makes you think you've got a chance against me?" A siren. Sup.
As the Vault Hunters get their bearings, Angel appears, apologising for betraying them and promising that she will explain everything. She directs them to head to the fridge, stating that they will find Lilith and Sanctuary there. Along the way, she reveals the truth, that she had been working for Jack all along. 5 years ago, she tricked Roland and his friends into opening the vault. She told them that it was to protect Pandora from a great evil, but that this was a lie. Jack knew he could make a fortune off the Iridium mined from the vault, and was too much of a coward to open the vault himself, and instead got her to manipulate the Vault Hunters into doing his dirty work for him. Angel states that she knows the Vault Hunters have no reason to trust her, but that they need her help to stop Handsome Jack from releasing the warrior, and that she knows where the key is, with her. With Angel's help, the Vault Hunters manage to hijack the Hyperion fast travel network and get back to Sanctuary, where they regroup with Roland and Lilith. As they discuss their next steps, Angel interrupts their conversation, asking them to trust her. Roland and Lilith are not best pleased, but begrudgingly hear her out. Angel explains that the vault key naturally charges every 200 years, but that Jack is impatient and is using her power, combined with Iridium, to forcibly charge the key. She informs the Vault Hunters that the key is located in her AI core control, atop 1,000 cuts, but that getting access to her will be difficult as she is protected by 3 security hurdles. Firstly, a defense field that will atomize any non-Hyperion staff trying to cross it, or a death wall as Lilith lovingly calls it. Secondly, she is protected by a defense bunker with high-tech weaponry that will destroy anything on sight. And thirdly, her core is protected by a door that can only be opened by Handsome Jack via a voice recognition and bioscan. She also warns the Vault Hunters,
"No matter what happens, do not allow Lilith into my chambers."
Roland believes Claptrap may be able to overcome the first hurdle and get through the force field. To do so, though, he will need an upgrade, which Mordecai has been searching for. The Vault Hunters travel to the Wildlife Exploitation Preserve, where they team up with Mordecai. He reveals that he gained the upgrade needed, which can be found in a data chip on Bloodwing's collar. Unfortunately, Bloodwing had been captured and taken into the facility. The Vault Hunters fight their way through the preserve, which is now more of a lab to experiment on Pandora's wildlife with the new Iridium element slag, causing these creatures to mutate and gain new abilities. Eventually, the Vault Hunters stumble across the observation wing, and Jack reveals that he had been experimenting on Bloodwing, causing her to mutate. She is absolutely massive and has gained elemental attacks, including fire, electricity, and corrosive damage. A crazed Bloodwing attacks the Vault Hunters as Mordecai tries to calm her over the comm. The Vault Hunters succeed in weakening her, and Mordecai shoots Bloodwing with a tranquilizer dart. It seems that she is saved as the Vault Hunters retrieve the data chip from her neck, but Jack has one more trick up his sleeve. He had placed explosives inside Bloodwing and detonates them, causing her head to explode in a horrifying scene. Mordecai is devastated, shouting out in pain and threatening to kill Jack to make him pay for what he has done. Returning to Sanctuary, saddened by the events of the Wildlife Preserve, we deliver the upgrade to Claptrap, who is now able to pass through the defensive barrier, solving the first hurdle. Now moving on to the second hurdle, Roland sends you to recruit the help of the Slab King, who owes Roland a favour. It turns out that the Slab King is none other than Brick, Roland's old teammate and fellow Vault Hunter from the original Borderlands. Brick agrees to help and states that his buzzards will provide aerial support in their attack on the bunker. Finally, to overcome the third hurdle, Angel directs the Vault Hunters to the City of Opportunity, a Hyperion city full of Jack's propaganda. There, the Vault Hunters find a body double of Jack, used to act as a decoy for would-be assassins. Killing the body double, the hunters recover his pocket watch device, which echoes Jack's biosignature. They also use information kiosks to gain samples of Jack's voice, allowing Angel to create voice modulators for the Vault Hunters to use, which creepily make them sound like Handsome Jack. Now, having overcome all three hurdles, the Vault Hunters return to Sanctuary, only to witness Roland and Lilith arguing heatedly about Lilith remaining behind. Roland orders that Lilith remain behind with Mordecai to protect Sanctuary, while Roland, Brick and the Vault Hunters travel to 1,000 Cuts to stop Angel and Jack. Lilith is none too pleased, but begrudgingly agrees. Now at 1,000 Cuts, the Crimson Raiders and the Vault Hunters put their plan into action. Claptrap passes through the defensive barrier, then shuts it down, letting the Vault Hunters through, who fight their way past Hyperion loader bots and constructors, while also taking out the autocannons that were attacking Brick's air support. They then discover that the bunker is not a place but a giant defense bot called BNK-3R, but with Brick's help they manage to bring it down. With nothing standing in their way, they approach the door to Angel's chambers, passing the bioscanner and voice check, and are granted access to the AI core. As the elevator descends, sounding desperate, Jack warns the Vault Hunters to turn away, threatening their lives and that of the people of Sanctuary. Angel reveals that the iridium ore alone could not charge the vault key, and that it needed a catalyst, something to awaken its power, a siren. Jack had acquired a siren years ago, and that they would finally free her, destroying the catalyst and stopping Jack. Entering the chamber in a shocking twist, we learn that Angel is actually a siren and also the daughter of Handsome Jack. He had kept her trapped for years and was using her to charge the key. Angel pleads with the Vault Hunters to kill her, arguing that it is the only way to stop Jack and preventing him awakening the warrior. She directs them to destroy the iridium injectors, as these are the only things keeping her alive. Jack is furious and remotely places force fields around the injectors while sending bots to stop the Vault Hunters. Roland arrives and manages to take out two of the shields by scrambling across the light bridges dotted around the room. All the while, Jack begs the Vault Hunters over the comm not to do this, accusing them of trying to murder an innocent child. The Vault Hunters ignore Jack, pressing on, but hit a snag when Roland can't access the third injector. Suddenly, Lilith phase walks in and helps them to destroy the last injector, killing Angel in the process, who falls to the ground, thanking the Vault Hunters for freeing her, and sadly dies, though not before taking a passing verbal shot at her father. As Roland crouches, inspecting Angel's body, he stands up looking sad but triumphant, and it seems that the Vault Hunters have won. His moment of victory, however, is cut abruptly short as Roland is shot in the back and stares in shock at his open wound before collapsing, killed by an angry-looking Handsome Jack who uncloaks behind him. Lilith screams out in horror and charges at Jack, who quickly subdues her by placing a control collar around her neck. Having now captured himself another siren to charge his vault key, he orders Lilith to kill the Vault Hunters, but in a moment of defiance she refuses and instead teleports them to safety and back to Sanctuary. The Vault Hunters regroup with Mordecai and Brick, who are reeling from recent events. Determined to stop Jack and save Lilith, they urge the Hunters to travel to the Hyperion Info Stockade, where they will be able to find the location of the Vault of the Warrior. Accessing the stockade and downloading the information needed, they discover that the vault is located in the Heroes Pass. Regrouping in Sanctuary before the final assault, each member of the Crimson Raiders, including Tanis, Zed, Scooter, Claptrap, Moxie, Sir Hammerlock, Marcus, Tiny Tina and Ellie, all offer their support and equipment to help aid in the fight. As the Vault Hunters make their way to the Iridium Blight, Lilith gets in contact, urging them to stop Jack no matter the cost, even if that means killing her. She signs off by saying,
Better dead than a damsel.
Thanks to Claptrap's help, the Vault Hunters manage to access the hero's pass, where they are joined by Mordecai and Brick, who help them to fight their way through the Hyperion troops and robots. As Brick and Mordecai hold the waves of enemies off, they urge the Vault Hunters to press on. Racing to the vault, they find the entrance to an impressive-looking iridium structure with some pretty intimidating statues. Above the vault entrance, Lilith can be seen suspended in air, clearly charging the vault key, which spins around her. The Vault Hunters finally face off against Jack, who is armed with a gun and his drones. They defeat Jack, but are too late as the vault key becomes fully charged, and a bloody Jack stumbles to the key, placing it into the lock and summoning the warrior. Jack orders the warrior to kill the Vault Hunters, who are now forced to fight the monstrous Iridian Guardian. Dodging his lava attacks and shooting his weak points, mainly his chest, the Vault Hunters succeed in destroying the warrior, finishing it with a moonshot to the face. A dying handsome Jack screams in disbelief and rants at the fact that he was killed by bandits and child killers. He rages against the Vault Hunters, lamenting that he could have saved the planet and restored order. The Vault Hunters shut him up with a well-placed shot to the head, killing handsome Jack for good. Mordecai and Brick stumble upon the scene, holding each other, having survived the fight. Lilith congratulates the Vault Hunters on a job well done, then states that the vault key needs to be destroyed. As she reaches for the key, intent on destroying it, it suddenly projects a map into the sky, which shows the location of multiple vaults across the galaxy. Reacting to the revelation, Mordecai states,
You know what that means.
Yeah. No rest for the wicked.
And that is the end of Borderlands 2. Anyway, hope you guys found this video useful and informative. If you did, please leave a like, comment and subscribe and share. Until next time, Vault Hunters.